Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Hello, my divine friends. Welcome to this new episode of Inner Strength series with Kwench. In this video, we will learn how to perform L-sit and V-sit. The L-sit is an acrobatic body position in which you raise yourself up while sitting in Dandasana. Your entire body weight is resting on the hands, while the legs are floating in front of you, forming a right angle with the torso, which creates the L shape. A V-sit is nothing but a L sit with the raised legs, which forms a V shape. By raising the legs into L and V positions, you are working on the abdominal muscles and the hip flexors. But more importantly, these movements helps to develop midline strength and stability. The midline is an imaginary line that runs through the center of our body, dividing it between right and left side as well as the front and back. This vertical axis runs from the top of the head through the torso all the way to the foundation of the body. The midline has tremendous significance in the physical, mental, and spiritual practice of yoga. It is foundation upon which all asanas establish. Drawing close to the midline helps to access the deep inner muscles of the body and builds the asana from the inside out rather than from the outside in. Through samvritti pranayama, when the breath is balanced around the midline, symmetry of operation is experienced in the two hemispheres of the brain. A balance of mental and physical functions is experienced. When the breath is balanced through both Ida and Pingala nostrils, the Sushumna Nadi, which is said to run through the midline, is opened and Pranic Shakti or the Kundalini started flowing through it. Strength will develop through training and you will notice improvements and regular practice. So let's begin. As we will be supporting our entire body weight on our hands and wrists, it is extremely important that we have a solid baseline of wrist strength and mobility. Our wrist health is incredibly important and we should never neglect warming up the wrist before the practice. We will make use of blocks for wrist warm-up. Place your palms on the blocks with the finger pointing towards the front. Now lean forwards without the losing contact of the blocks. This will stretch the wrist and the bottom of the forearms. Slowly return back. Repeat 5 times. Now place the palms on the blocks with the fingers pointing backwards. Raise your knees to lean backwards, starting slowly in a controlled manner and gradually increase the depth. You will feel a deep stretch on the inside of your forearm and load on the top of your wrist. The stronger and more mobile your wrists are, the greater depth you will be able to achieve. Repeat 5 times. Now raise both your arms. Keep the left arm straight and with your right hand press the top of your palm towards you. Now bend the wrist upwards and pull the fingers towards you. Repeat 5 times on each arm. You should feel the stretch in the bottom of your forearms and wrist. Now, rotate the wrist internally and externally and repeat each movement 5 times. We will now warm up the shoulders and shoulder rotation. Begin with the forward rotation. Rotate 5 times. Now, perform the reverse rotation 5 times. Now stretch the left hand and hold it in elbow of the right hand. Try to hold the back of the head with the right palm and stretch the arm as much as you can. This will stretch the rear deltoid muscles. Now raise your right arm and hold it behind the back with left arm. This will give an extension and flexion stretches to the shoulders. Hold it for a few moments and then bend forward to deepen the stretch. Now slowly come back up. Now bend laterally towards the right side. This will open the left hand side of the body. Perform the movements on the opposite side. Sit in Vajrasana and keep your palms on the blocks. Engage your core and lift your hips up behind you while your reverse toes are touching the floor. Repeat 8 times. Now, tuck the toes in. Make sure that your hands are wider than your shoulder width. Raise your hips up as you would do in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Now, inhale and bend the elbows. Go down till your head almost touches the floor. Exhale and push up while keeping the core engaged. This is the shoulder push-ups. Repeat 5 times. Now sit down and extend your legs in front of you. Keep the palms on the blocks next to your hips. Engage your core. Inhale. Press down your hands and lift up the torso. Simultaneously lift up the left leg. Slowly release to sit down. Lift up again with the right leg. Repeat 4 times on each side. Now sitting in the same position, slide the blocks ahead. Engaging your core slightly, lean forwards and lift up your hips. Keep your heels stationary. Repeat 5 times. Relax. Now, sitting in the same position and engaging your core, slightly lean forward and lift up your hips. This time, let the heels slide towards you. Repeat 5 times. Now, press down, engage your core and try to lift both your legs together to perform the L-sit. Hold it as long as possible. Do not overdo it. Strength will slowly develop as you engage the right muscles. Once you can start holding the L-sit for 5 seconds, you can attempt the V-sit. But before that, we have to prepare for the V-sit. The V-sit targets the rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, obliques, and hip flexors. These muscles groups make up your entire core region. Hence, we have to challenge the entire core before we attempt the V-sit. Sit in Dandasana with your legs extended in front of you. This is your base position. Place your palms on the blocks next to your hips. Now, engage the core, push down with your hands and lift your buttocks off the floor. Thrust the hips in front and lift the left leg off the floor. Take it as high as possible. Your right heel is balancing the weight of the body. Now, slowly reverse back into base position. Repeat the movement 4 times on each side. Maintain normal breathing while keep the core engaged. Hold the peak position during the last rep. After this strength move, we will doing a hamstring stretch. While sitting in Dandasana, hold your toes and bend down from the hips without rounding your back. Now, extend your spine and bend down from the hips. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. return back up, repeat 10 times. For second hamstring stretch, we will use a belt. You can even use a scarf. Fold the belt into half and loop it around your left toe. Hold the ends and rotate them around the wrist to create a nice tension in your hamstring. Arms and back should be erect. Now lift the left leg up as high as possible without the help of the belt. Hold. Slowly release and repeat it on the right leg. Now loop the belt around both the toes and bend forward into Paschimottanasana. Stay there for 10 seconds. Now we are ready to attempt the V-sit. Remember that to perform the V-sit, we have to develop the strength through regular practice. To successfully achieve the V-sit, a clean and controlled L-sit of at least 5 to 10 seconds is required. Apart from the midline strength, L-sit and V-sit practice helps in developing straight arms strength, core strength, back strength, and strong wrists. As a result, transition from frontal seated position into in Chaturanga and from Adho Mukha Svanasana to Dandasana become seamless. The toxin is stored up in the tissues and joints are broken down and are flushed out of the system. If you like today's video and want more of such videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can download the PDF of today's video in the link below. Thank you for joining in. This is Abhishek signing off. See you again shortly. Om Namah Shivaya.